It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Orlando Magic at Amway Center. Well, for Orlando, we've kind of waited and waited for this team to come together and start producing, but it just hasn't happened. And now we've gotten pretty deep into the season, so time's not on their side. And tonight, we get to see one of the faces of the NBA, Blake Griffin. He's battled a number of injuries, but Kenny, he's still one of the league's better power forwards.
He gives you a lot of things, Ernie, and I really believe if he didn't get injured early on, he would have been higher in the MVP voting last year. Terrific passer, tries to improve his range every season, now shooting threes.
Kenny, what are you talking about? Everybody gets injured. Let's just talk about how he adds a physical presence. You know, it's too bad him and Chris Paul could never reach the finals together.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that.
Me either.
You don't want to argue.
That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Knock you out.
Mama said.
We're in the place they call the Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida. It's the home of the Magic, where we are broadcasting our action live today. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Last outing for Orlando, they won that game against Toronto. And what really made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided it was.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Thanks very much. Andre Drummond is the most prolific rebounder in the league. He said, every time I see a shot go up, it's like a pass to me. Guys focus on points and getting assists. My goal is to go out and get 20 rebounds a night. Kevin?
He definitely is tough to handle in there, David. Thanks so much. Well, for those teams already expected Clark to go deep into the playoffs around this time of year, how easy do you think it is to just go through the motions and maybe not tighten the screws as much as you should?
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I never had the experience of being a player on a playoff team, but I did broadcast a number of the outstanding Pacers teams, and it is tough in the long haul of the season for teams that are fighting for potential championships to stay engaged fully during the regular season. There is a period, and I think most really good teams will admit it, that they aren't as focused because they're excited for the playoffs to start, and they just have to work themselves through those dog days of the regular season.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Detroit looking at who they've got. The athletic front pair is Griffin and Drummond. And it's Rose. Then there's Tony Snell. And it's Galloway in at the 2 spot.
Being aware there, excellent recognition, fantastic playmaking leading to the nice shot.
Augustine looking around. Gordon against Rose. Gordon, the pass to Aminu. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Rose kicks to Snell. Here's Drummond. 26 points for him last game against Indiana.
And his big night wasn't limited to his offense. His steals numbers were way up there, and it was a special night for him in just about every way.
Now here's Griffin. Snell, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Now the pass to Aminu. Kicks it to Gordon. Rose against Augustine. Offline with his 3.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's Rose. Here's Griffin. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Now here's Ross. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Toronto.
And I felt like his offense fed right into his D. He caused a bunch of turnovers. There was just no let up in him all night.
And now Orlando on the break. Second shot opportunity. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And Orlando making a change here. Fultz is checked in. The Pistons have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Ross with the steal. To the inside. Here's Bamba. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Rose. Here's Snell, defended by Gordon. Snell dishes to Rose. Pass to Griffin. Shoots over Bamba. That shot by Griffin, no good. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against the Indiana Pacers. Here's Fultz. Passes it to Bamba. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Drummond mixes defensive smarts with elite physical tools, and that's what makes him a solid defender. He's going to get his hands on a few shots each and every game.
Boy, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
Here's Fultz, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Pass to Gordon. Poked loose. Here's the floater.
And the giant wingspan of Bamba strikes again. Just fantastic at spiking shots in a variety of ways.
Deep 2 from Ross. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And it's in there. Rose has got his first basket.
The burst, the tight handles, all of it makes Derrick Rose one tough cover defensively.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. This time they faced off. It was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Really a resounding loss. The last time they matched up, they got absolutely manhandled on the boards.
And Greg, you know how it is. At some point, you just got to man up and play with a lot more aggressiveness and toughness and pride inside.
Evan Fournier's checked in for Terrence Ross. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for the Pistons. Reggie Jackson comes in for Langston Galloway. Fultz. Excellent D there from Beasley.
You know, the defense knew how to play at that time. Liked how they made their presence felt without committing the foul.
Pistons leading by 4.
Well, sometimes it just takes an opportunity in the NBA, and Aaron Gordon has made the most of it. Since taking over that power forward role full time, he has shown remarkable improvement. Plays with more confidence and aggression on offense and has transformed himself as a player.
Now here's Gordon. Michael Beasley missing his last shot.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Detroit. Detroit with the ball. Following the miss by Aaron Gordon. Fournier with the ball. A 26-point game for him in the win against Toronto. And for Gordon, in his first full season as a starter, he instantly became a star in the league.
And when he was taken 4th overall, this was the type of player the team was hoping he'd become. His outside shot has improved by leaps and bounds and always plays with speed and athleticism. And now I think he's got a much more fully rounded game, which makes him dangerous.
The free throw drops for Gordon.
And, you know, I like that Gordon is a versatile guy who can play both forward spots. He's a terrific athlete who continues to improve.
No good on the second free throw.
You know, last season, Aaron Gordon really flourished in a more wide-open offense, taking advantage of his uber athleticism. But he also put a lot of work into his jumper, and that showed. Helped him make the jump into a top option for an offense.
Now here's Drummond. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Pistons, Thon Maker comes in for Andre Drummond. And Markieff Morris subbed in for Blake Griffin. Beasley finds Morris. Beasley against Gordon. Maker, no one around him. Off target with his three. And for Gordon, all the focus he gave to improving his shot gave him the confidence he needed.
Yeah, exactly. And confidence so big in this league. I mean, it's the difference between good to great or average to good. I mean, when he believes in his shot, he's lethal offensively. It just opens up the floor for him and his teammates and allows him to create mismatches the way he's shooting it now.
Now, here is Morris. Following the miss by Evan Fournier.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
Detroit shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
And so he's able to get one of two. And Markieff Morris out of Kansas, a spread 4, as they say.
And able to stripe it from anywhere on the floor. A good secondary scorer who can also create his own shot on the block at times.
And, you know, Fultz is a special guard. He's got a chance to be really, really good. Impressive strength, and he knows how to get up shots over tough defense.
And the story with Markelle Fultz last season was one of health and getting his shot right.
Yeah, he suffered a shoulder injury, Kevin, that really impacted his ability to shoot the ball. He tried to play through it, but eventually had to be shut down. And, you know, it's hard to miss that type of time as a rookie. Not only games, but the few practices you get during the season as well. So he's going to have to restart in year 2.
Here's Fournier following the score by Reggie Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Fultz the pass to Gordon. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Unloads, and it's Orlando with the rebound.
And, you know, where was the defense there, Kevin? I mean, even though he missed it, that was not a good effort. Pitiful.
Gordon kicks to Aminu. Orlando moving the ball around. Fultz the pass to Aminu. Over Morris. Aminu misses. The Pistons leading. Outside Jackson. And stolen by Fournier. And here we go. Fultz heading to the basket. Finished off the break. Fultz has got 5. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Magic.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Here's Kennard. Markelle Fultz making his last shot. Just 5 on the clock. The shot's good from Kennard.
I don't think they have anybody to blame but themselves there. I mean, that's just inexcusable to let a guy get this deep inside.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And, you know, one of the areas where the Orlando Magic struggled was with consistency, but not only on the floor, but across the franchise. A lot of coaching turnover the past decade.
Orlando making some changes. Mozgov, he's checked in for Bamba. Kem Birch comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And it's Jonathan Isaac in for Aaron Gordon. Now here's Fultz. 5 points in the game. Inside, it's stolen by Morris. Here's Kennard. He's guarded by Fournier. To the inside. Here's Maker. They get it back. It's tipped.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Isaac, and he gets it to go from the corner.
And Isaac takes no time getting his shot off. He's got a lethal, quick release.
And the Magic have gone through a lot of coaches, as you said.
Yeah, lack of continuity at that position can really derail any momentum you're attempting to build. And the same can be said about their players. A lot of trades and turnovers with the roster. That's not a recipe for consistent success.
Here's Fournier, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Here's Fultz. Here's Mozgov. Here's Birch. Good work defensively by Morris.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Detroit with the ball. The Magic getting the bucket. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Well, I think the key was the determination and grit and toughness they played with. You've got to be focused to do that, and they were.
And the Pistons making a change here. Snell's checked in. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The Pistons second, the Magic in third.
I mean, both of these clubs rebounding at such a high rate. They're not just creating second chance opportunities, but even third and fourth opportunities at times.
He kicks to Jackson. Back to Snell. Six on the shot clock, and here's Morris for three. Mozgov grabs the board. Orlando leading. Fournier passes to Birch. And the basket by Isaac.
And Isaac really a big-time player on the interior. When he's near the basket, he's looking to score the ball.
Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit, but the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Jackson. And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17 battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
Look, you had a terrific amateur career. You made NBA all-rookie first team. Can't exactly call you a late bloomer at all. You were really thriving.
Yeah, I had a lot of great people around me, Kevin, from the time I started playing in middle school to high school, college, the pros. Actually was fortunate. Herb Williams, a teammate of mine in college at Ohio State, was also with the Pacers when I got there. So that helped my transition immensely to have a friend, veteran guy in the league. He had been there a year before me, break me in, and then I had an opportunity to play a lot and show what I could do, but I attribute it to good fortune, favor, and a lot of good people.
Just 4 to shoot. Galloway, no good. Magic leading by 3. Down low, it's stolen by Morris. The pass to Galloway. Detroit, no good that time either.
Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
Now here's Fultz. He's tightly guarded, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Fultz has got 9 points.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Maker kicks to Morris. Pass to Snell. Just 2 to shoot. Shoots over Isaac. Snell, that's good. Snell's got his first points in this one. Here's Fultz. 9 points in the game so far. Outside Fournier. 23 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And Maker sends it back. They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. Now here's Jackson, guarded by Fultz. Now Jackson. Over Fultz. And no good on the last second attempt this time. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Magic lead by 3. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. One of the most dominant big men in the league, Andre Drummond, says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And, guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. The big men are Griffin and Drummond. Then there's Tony Snell. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Galloway in at the 2. Now here's Griffin. He picked up 30 points in their last win against Indiana.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. Couple blocks in that game as well.
Here's Augustine. They lead by 1. Kicks it to Mozgov. Back to Augustine. Over in the corner, Isaac. No good on the triple.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Look at Jonathan Isaac. He was drafted 6th overall in 2017. As a bit of a project, had a growth spurt late, so he has a tall frame that still needs to fill out and get stronger, but he's got a lot of potential. Pretty skilled for a big guy. Great physical tools, but needs some refinement.
That's good from Isaac. And they feel down in Orlando, Clark, that Isaac has a lot of upside with his game.
And I concur with that, Kevin. I mean, this guy is long, he's athletic, he's got some versatility in his game, can put the ball on the floor. He could be comparable to a Giannis Antetokounmpo as he develops. Again, I don't like to always compare players one to another, but he's got that kind of look and potential about him.
And Jonathan Isaac making progress, but he was drafted knowing he had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and you really shouldn't try and compare Isaac to the rest of his draft class. He's going to be on a different timeline as far as his development goes. Might take longer for him to be ready, but the payoff, man, could be huge as his ceiling is really high.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time, and it's difficult to do even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. DA, thank you. And that one misses. And for Detroit, a lot of changes, Greg, in their front office this past offseason.
A new GM and Dwayne Casey brought in to coach. Could see a drastic shift in style and approach for the Pistons moving forward.
Here's Galloway. He's coming off a 16-point game against Indiana. Ross with a steal, and that one is good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pistons trail by 4. To the inside, and Andre Drummond, the bucket on the assist by Rose.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Ross kicks to Augustine, pass to Gordon. Orlando moving the ball around. The feed to Ross. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And that's a case where the deceptive strength that Ross has helps him score over the defense. You can't afford to take this guy lightly.
Now here's Rose. A 20-point game for him in the win against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates, and they just couldn't figure out how to defend it. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Drummond. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And Ross with the slam.
And when Ross gets a head of steam going to the rim, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of there.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Outside Rose. A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
Rose against Augustine. Outside Gordon. And it's sent back by Drummond. Now here's Griffin. 8 points for him. Pass to Rose. Back to Griffin. Over Gordon with the tip, and Drummond is right there.
Boy, I like the activity of Drummond on the glass. I mean, he's so big and active. Excellent timing and hands, always pounding and grinding for offensive rebounds.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
You know, it's so rare to see a player who really struggles at the free throw line dramatically improve their free throw percentage. But that's exactly what Andre Drummond did last season, taking it from the 30s, how about up into the 60s.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Bamba comes in for Mozgov, and it's Aminu in for Jonathan Isaac. Then for the Pistons, Beasley comes in for Tony Snell, and it's Kennard in for Langston Galloway.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And 60% of the free throw line, below average for an NBA player. But for Drummond, it changes everything.
I mean, opposing teams much less likely to use that hack-a-shack method. That keeps him on the floor, and more importantly, allows him to be aggressive offensively and just attack the rim.
He misses the free throw.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Now here is Augustine. He had 15 points last outing. Bamba passes to Augustine. Feeds to Aminu. Fires from 18, and the shot is long.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Magic lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Rose. Augustine against Rose. The pass to Ross from deep, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Man, I like the three-point stroke of Ross. Gets it off so effortlessly. Man, he's got terrific form.
Rose finds Griffin. Gordon against Beasley. Back to Griffin. Just 5 on the clock. For the 3, it's hauled in by Gordon. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. 6-point lead. Back to Aminu. Lots of room. It's good. Aminu's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Derrick Rose. Magic on defense. Outside Jackson. Beasley outside. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Griffin. Sinks the three-pointer. Griffin's got 12 points in the game.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Shoots from 12. Again, the Pistons score.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Now here's Gordon. He's coming off a 16-point game against Toronto.
Yeah, but his shot blocking was a factor as well. 3 on the game, just a major presence on the D.
Defense really working hard to stop Gordon, but he's a skilled big man who knows how to use his body, especially in the paint.
Jackson against Gordon. Floats one. Good on that shot. And with that, the Magic lead is cut back down to 3 on the basket from Jackson.
Splendid release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Now here is Augustine. No points in the game yet for him. And Griffin sends it back. Here's Jackson. Got a hand on it. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Evan Fournier's checked in for the Magic. Markelle Fultz comes in for DJ Augustine. Detroit also making some changes. Thon Maker's checked in for Drummond. And Morris subbed in for Blake Griffin. Beasley kicks to Kennard. Inside, here's Jackson, and it's blocked.
Excellent timing that time from Fultz, and I like the edge that he plays defense with. That's impressive for a young guy.
Here's Bamba. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points. And with Mohamed Bamba, one of the first things you notice is that 7'9" wingspan. I mean, yeah, he's got to add more muscle on that frame, but he can use that reach already to make an impact at both ends.
Ken Birch is checked in for Aaron Gordon. And that one misses. And with Bamba, in addition to his crazy length, you also get a player who's extremely smart.
How about getting scholarship offers from Ivy League schools, including Harvard? You can see him thinking on the court. He's deliberate in the things that he does. Bright future ahead for him.
Frazier, he's checked in for the Magic.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Jackson passes to Maker. Back to Jackson. It's deflected, and he gets it back.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
Volts kicks to Fournier. The baseline J. That one doesn't drop. And the Pistons now going the other way. The Pistons shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And, you know, last season the Magic fell short of their goals, dealt with a lot of injuries, and just had a lot of holes in their roster, too. What was an uphill battle to begin with became really an impossible one.
The Magic making a switch here. A one-deuce checked in, and the second free throw, good. And as you said, the Magic last season dealt with numerous injuries.
Yeah, you know, the fact of the matter, Kevin, is the Magic just didn't have enough talent to compete either, in spite of the injuries. Rebounding the ball was an issue, and they didn't have any area of the game that they were really great in.
Now, here's Aminu. He has 6. 5 on the clock. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Aminu's got 8.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Jackson with it, guarded by Fultz. It's Jackson with the drive. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
We try to stop, hold down, combat great offensive play. Clark, in your eyes, what are the keys to great team defense to do that?
Yeah, there are a couple of things, Kevin. One is communication, attention to the detail of what you're trying to minimize or take away. Good offensive teams, you're not going to be able to take away everything, so you try to prioritize what you're going to take away. And then just a collective commitment to communication and to helping each other, because you can't do it at a high level by yourself when you're facing a really good offensive team. Everybody has to be on board and locked into what you're trying to get done defensively.
Now here's Fultz. He's got 9. He kicks it to Aminu. Pass to Fournier. To the left wing. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. And the wing jumper offline. One-on-one fast break. Kennard's shot is off. Magic leading by 6. To the wing on the left. And here's Aminu. 8 points for him. Passes it to Birch. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's his first foul. Isaac's checked in for the Magic. Tony Snell's checked in for Detroit. Frazier comes in for Luke Kennard. .144 left now here in the second. Mozgov kicks to Fultz. Birch, the pass to Fultz. Makes it off the glass. Fultz has got 11.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now, here's Maker. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut back down to 6 after the bucket from Jackson. Volts kicks to Fournier. Teardrop shot. The basket good off the assist from Volts. Volts has got 5 assists in the game. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. It's rebounded by Volts. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Fournier dishes to Volts. Pass to Birch. Outside Fournier. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Snell. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Mozgov's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Fournier into the lane. It's stolen by Morris. To the middle. Here's Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
Hey, when you're a footer, that means over 7 feet tall. It's easy to throw it down. All he needs is the right positioning, and it's done.
Fournier against Jackson. Out to the right wing. Here's Isaac. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Orlando out in front, up 6. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks. Tight game tonight, Dwayne. How do you break this thing open in the second half?
Well, number one is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to where they have us on our heels.
Case, thanks for your time. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. 1 half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. A tremendous start for Markelle Fultz. He had 11 points, 3 steals, and 5 assists. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
Flying high above Lake Eola in downtown Orlando as we welcome you back to the action at the Amway Center. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Orlando leading by 6. Al Farouk Amino is out there with Mozgov. Then it's Terrence Ross. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Augustine in at point guard. That's who's out there for Orlando. Detroit on D. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Here's Bamba. 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Griffin's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Snell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one. He's off on the second. Magic leading by 5. Augustine from outside. A three-pointer is right on target. Augustine's got his first 3 points of the game.
And that quick trigger of Augustine, not giving the defense any chance to block the shot off the pass.
Rose finds Galloway. Pulls up, high post, and the shot goes in. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Augustine to the paint. Here's Gordon, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
And Augustine has run the pick and roll countless times. I mean, he's very comfortable threading the needle in these sets.
Augustine with the steal. Gordon inside, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Now here's Ross, following the miss by Griffin. And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Ross with a wide open look, and again it's Orlando with the 3.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Rose kicks to Snell. Back to Rose. To the inside. Count it, and the Orlando lead has been cut to just 11 on the basket from Snell.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Andre Drummond in his mid-20s. He's led the league in rebounding 3 consecutive seasons. And Greg, last season was his best one yet.
Really, I think, established himself as the franchise player for the Pistons. They'll go as far as he can take them. At the same time, though, I think the acquisition of Blake Griffin will only help to mature his game.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
And Augustine kicks to Gordon. To the paint, looking for Aminu. He gets it there. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
So a moment now to see the story on Mohamed Bamba. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. 3rd in shooting percentage, and he's an eraser inside, a definite factor defensively, right in that top 5 in blocks per game.
And it's a strong accomplishment. 3rd best in field goal percentage. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why his coaches love him. The offensive rebound. Here's Galloway. Here's Drummond. A beautiful reverse layup. Drummond's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And how about a look now at the first-year block leaders in the NBA? Here are the top rookie intimidators. Number 1, Mohamed Bamba.
Well, he has clearly established himself as the premier rim protector in this year's rookie class.
And it's so valuable to have a guy back there who can erase mistakes. Really important. On the ball, off the ball, doesn't matter. You put up a shot in his house, and he'll swat it out the door.
Now, here's Bamba. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Detroit. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Ross, that's good.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Pistons trail by 13. Rose kicks to Griffin. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 4 assists in the game.
And you love to see Rose operating as a playmaker first and foremost.
Now here is Augustine. Gordon, the pass to Augustine, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Augustine's got 5 points so far. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Pistons. It's Drummond, high post. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Outside Rose. In the corner, it's Griffin. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on El Farouk Aminu. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Magic.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
Markelle Fultz has checked in for Augustine. Blake Griffin hits them both. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years. Their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in the season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
Pistons trail by 13. Rose kicks to Griffin. He feeds it to Drummond. Got a hand on it. Outside Gordon. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Magic making a switch here. Fournier is checked in. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Rose. The Pistons have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Galloway taking his time here. There's the dish to Drummond. Shoots over Bamba. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, I don't know if any big man has the combination of strength, speed, and hops that Drummond has, not to mention his length, an unreal physical specimen.
The Pistons have gone 9 of 13 from the line. That free throw, no good. Orlando making some changes. Mozgov, he's checked in for Bamba. And it's Jonathan Isaac in for Terrence Ross. So he comes up empty, missing both. Here's Griffin, and it's Beasley in the corner. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Griffin. Beasley's got himself on the board with 3 there. Orlando leading by 10. Right side, Fournier. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
We take a look here at Evan Fournier, mostly out there for offense, guys. Has a good deep game as he has impressive career numbers from the 3 line. For the amount he scores as a wing player, I think he's pretty efficient.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Fournier. And for Fournier, good from deep, as you said, Clark, especially on catch and shoot shots.
Well, he's a reliable scorer, Kevin, and in large part due to how diverse his offensive game is. I mean, he can get a shot for himself or others, and he can work off the dribble or off the catch. He's not a big name, but this is a guy who will continue to get double digits for you when you give him sufficient playing time.
Pistons trail by 12. Galloway kicks to Drummond. Back to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Gordon. And that one hits back iron. Magic leading by 12. Fultz, no good.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Detroit making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Tony Snell's checked in for Thomas.
Now let's check out some stats for Andre Drummond. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 16 rebounds, and 2.5 steals. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Snell, that's good.
Always got to patrol the three-point line. When you don't, you suffer the consequences.
Magic leading by 9. Fultz with the ball. 11 points in the game. Banked in off the glass. Fultz has got 13 points.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
First one falls for him.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Ken Burge is checked in for Gordon. Good on both. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change, Clark.
And Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are, in life that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. If there are issues that are dear to you, that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, then you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
And Morris drops them both. Orlando leading by 7. And Fournier kicks to Fultz. Now the pass to Mozgov. Down low, Fournier. And good that time. Fournier's got 4 points this quarter.
And it's hard to deal with Fournier if you're defending him. I mean, he makes good decisions, whether he's passing or shooting the ball, and that makes him hard to guard.
Here's Snell. He's got 10. It's stolen by Fultz. And here we go with the Magic fast break. And the layup's good off the glass. And now an 11-point Magic lead.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Snell kicks to Morris. Back to Snell. The Pistons working the ball around now. Shot clock at 3. Lets it fly from 18. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 17.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Jackson against Fournier. Pass to Birch. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Snell. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 12.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Outside Fournier. Kicks it to Mozgov. Here's Isaac. He can't get that one. Excellent D there from Beasley. To the inside. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Fultz. Oh, and here we go. Isaac's got the fast break chance. And he gets the bucket. And the Magic lead by 9.
Man, I think you got to do a lot more than that against Isaac. He's just so big, effortlessly fending off the defense when he's taking it to the cup.
Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
We've got a moment now to see how the Magic are doing in the NBA rankings right now.
And let me add a few words about all their steals. I mean, they bring that toughness and aggression defensively. You don't get to be a top 10 team in that category by accident.
Bamba is checked in for the Magic. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Griffin's checked in for Beasley. Here's Snell. He's got 12. Morris, no good. Magic leading by 9. Pass to Isaac. Back to Fournier. And it's off from three-point range. Stolen by Bamba. Good work defensively by Morris. Pistons trail by 9. That's a 2 from Snell. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Snell's got 14 points for the game.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Now here's Fultz. For 3, Fournier. Detroit with the rebound. Griffin's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Snell finds Jackson, and it goes down 2 points. And now it's only a 5-point Magic lead.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Fournier the bounce pass. Fultz the pass to Mozgov. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And now with this break, here are the premier glass cleaners among rookies over the course of the past month. Second, Mohamed Bamba.
And every team in the league needs a guy who can go and get. I mean, his great work on the boards certainly endear him to the coaching staff.
Well, I tell you what, he just creates so many second chance opportunities for his team when he's on the floor. I mean, last month was a huge one for him. Be interesting to see if he can keep it going.
The first one falls.
And, you know, at this point in his career, Mozgov knows his role, plays hard defense, and really takes quality shots on offense.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for the Magic. Augustine comes in for Markelle Fultz. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Rose is checked in. Mozgov hits them both. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Pistons. They trail by 7. Here's Snell. He's guarded by Fournier. Augustine with the steal. Fournier against Jackson. And Fournier kicks to Augustine. Sweet little floater. Augustine's got 7.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Pass to Snell. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Griffin. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Here's Fournier. Banked in off the glass. 11 points in the game.
The defense looking helpless here. Fournier is solid as going despite getting hit. Really strong playing through contact.
Now here's Rose. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Good on the bucket.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
Jackson against Fournier. Over Jackson. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. The third quarter comes to a close. Magic lead by 7. 2K Sports back in a moment from the Amway Center. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Pistons trail by 7 on the floor for Detroit. Reggie Jackson out there with Griffin. Then there's Markieff Morris. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Galloway in a 2-guard. That shot by Griffin, no good.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
The pass to Gordon. Fires for 3. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 6 rebounds in the game. Augustine with the steal. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Hey, listen, Gordon once jumped over a mascot while putting the ball under his legs in a dunk contest. I mean, he's one of the most ridiculous athletes and dunkers we have in the game.
Here's Rose after the Magic pick up 2. Left side, Griffin. He kicks to Galloway. Clock at 6. Pass to Morris. Lets it go from deep. And it's Orlando with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That's the first of 6 played on the road. Here's Gordon. Again, the miss by Gordon. Pistons trail by 9. Jackson has the open look. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. 21 points for Reggie Jackson. For Orlando, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And Augustine kicks to Gordon. Passes it to Bamba. 6 on the shot clock. Lob pass to Gordon. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Galloway. Three-pointer. Unable to get that one. And Orlando will come the other way to the middle. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Rose.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first one falls. Drummond's checked in for the Pistons. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Rose. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
Can't have any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Griffin kicks to Galloway. Launches a 3. And Bamba pulls it down.
I think these are the shots he's got to avoid taking. I mean, already struggling. He's not helping his team right now looking at those shots.
Now here's Ross. There's the pass to Aminu. Good on the triple. And the Magic lead by 14.
Yeah, you know, Ross doing a nice job sharing the ball. I love seeing that from him. A great teammate who knows how to get his guys involved.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
Detroit making a switch here. Beasley's checked in, and we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
And the dunk by Bamba.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for Detroit. It's a 14-point game. Griffin against Aminu. Fades away. And too long on the shot. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Inside, Beasley with the steal. One-on-one fast break. Galloway finds Drummond. Galloway with the bucket.
And really all credit to the pass there. I mean, he angled it just right. Set up the basket beautifully.
Rose against Augustine. Pass to Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And, you know, over time, Gordon's offensive game has evolved. I mean, he's capable of getting it going from anywhere now.
Pistons trail by 14. Outside Griffin. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Rose in the post, guarded by Augustine. Rose double teamed, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Pistons with possession here. And it's Beasley in the corner. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 5 assists in the game.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
Now here is Augustine. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Magic lead by 13.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Rose. Ross grabs the board. Ross has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Gordon. Here's Rose. They're looking now at a sizable deficit.
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to really rush the game. And they need to avoid it.
And Drummond throws it down.
Let the big dog eat. Love seeing Drummond throw it down like that. Beautiful.
Ken Burge is checked in for Orlando.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
And with Rose, as you said, his love of the game is still there, and he still wants to play.
I mean, many players would have just walked away from having their body betray him. But Rose said last season he loves what he gets to do and still would be a water boy if he had to. You have to admire Rose's attitude and approach in that regard.
Kicks to Beasley. Back to Rose. Here's Drummond. Out to the wing. Here's Galloway. Lets it go. And that one's good. Drummond.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Now Augustine. Ross in the corner. Back to Augustine. Magic moving the ball around. And he comes up with the deuce. Aminu's got 9 points here in the second half.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
And that one, good. That's now 22 points for Blake Griffin.
You know, I think he's been a steady, reliable option so far, but it's not enough. They need him to take charge, be more assertive on the offensive end.
Now, here's Aminu. Passes it to Isaac. Ross kicks to Gordon. Over Beasley. And it's Gordon missing. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. They trail by 14. And the foul called on Terrence Ross. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Magic making a change here. Fultz is checked in. And Detroit with a change here too. Snell's checked in. Back to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
Now here's Fultz. On the wing, Gordon. Fultz, the pass to Aminu. Down low, Ross. And Ross with the slam.
Well, we know that T. Ross can get it going. Part of the 50-plus club in terms of scoring the basketball.
Pass to Drummond. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 8th assist in the game. Fultz kicks to Aminu. And the pass to Isaac. Here's Gordon. And he banks in the layup. Gordon's got 25 points.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Griffin against Aminu. That's good, and the Orlando lead is cut down to 12 points again in the basket from Griffin.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now, here's Aminu, and he's good on the three ball. Aminu's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Rose with the ball, guarded by Fultz. Here's Snell, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's good from Snell. DJ Augustine's checked in for Fultz. Jackson, he's checked in for Detroit. And so Snell nails both of them.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Now here's Ross. Pass to Isaac. Jackson against Augustine. Just 5 on the clock. Ross for 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Griffin's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. He kicks it to Galloway. Shot from the top of the key. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Now, here's Isaac. Inside. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him.
And a nice touch on the finish.
Here's Gordon.
Tell you what, that remarkable foot speed of Gordon's really causes problem for the defense. He's a hard guy to keep in front of him.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Gordon. Mozgov, he's checked in for the Magic. He hits both from the stripe. Now here's Jackson. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. And Al-Farouq Aminu gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. .153 left in the fourth quarter. Griffin's got space. It's good on the putback.
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
To the inside. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Finished off the break. Jackson's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kill, showing no mercy in transition their part.
Now here's Gordon. Griffin with the steal. Aminu with the bucket.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
first of two, no good. Heartbreaker. And he ends up making the second, and that brings them within 8.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And Aminu slams it in.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there, Augustine, making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Detroit. Outside Griffin. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Doesn't go for him.
Highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
I thought the pass looked good and just came up a skosh short, but I like the initiative and the intention.
Detroit's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Yes, he does, Kevin. Love seeing Griffin finish with power at the rim. Awesome at throwing it down when he's in this deep.
And stolen by Drummond. Here's Jackson. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
And an intentional foul right there. And it's Orlando's ball. At one point, they led by 16, and that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
You know, the speedy Augustine is really an excellent teammate and a dependable role player, a veteran presence who can really stroke it.
And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They trail by 8. We've got 33 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, they got to get straight to the hoop, then a foul immediate.
Going to be hard, though, Greg. I mean, they don't have much time to work with here, but we've seen crazy stuff happen in this game.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Al-Farouq Aminu.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. Here's Griffin. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Galloway with the bucket.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. .29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Drummond kicks to Griffin. A floater. Excellent D there from Mozgov. And it's the Magic with the ball. They're leading by 8. And here is Ross. Dishes it to Augustine. And so it's Orlando winning this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.